Hello, my name is Liz Melnick, and this is my video presentation for EDCI 538. And my professional development project is about implementing Pull Everywhere specifically into high school math courses. The reason I decided to talk about Pull Everywhere or teach teachers how to use Pull Everywhere in the math classroom is because one of our building goals is to provide students with feedback, and this allows teachers to get an idea on how students and how the class are doing with current topics. So it really provides a nice tool for formative assessment. This is the homepage for the course, and the first thing I'm going to click on is the content. This is where all the information is. I have 3 modules created, and the first module is just getting started and getting familiar with the course. The things I have the participants do first is take a pre-assessment and then review the course information, the goals, purpose, outcomes, also review standards. And in the Start Here folder, I actually want the teachers participating in this professional development to also sign up for a Pull Everywhere account. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that first module. What automatically comes up is a Google Doc, and this is how I collected information from the pre-assessment. There are just some general background questions, but I also wanted to get information about past professional development experiences, preferences of professional development, and their experiences and confidence with certain technologies, like if they've ever heard of Pull Everywhere, how comfortable they are with using the smartboard, and how comfortable they are with integrating smartphones into the classroom. This was a nice survey to get information from, because one thing I did learn from the participants is that the type of experiences that they've had with professional development and the type of learners they are is that they prefer more face-to-face interaction as opposed to online. So I decided to treat this professional development plan as a hybrid course. So in addition to these resources that I provided on course sites, I also did some face-to-face sessions with the participants as well. The course purpose, goals, and outcomes are listed. I'm just going through these table of contents on the last side. I just want to highlight the purpose of this plan is to provide and facilitate instruction to teachers on creating formative assessments online using Pull Everywhere, where students participate by using their own technology device. Dublin is a strong supporter of students bringing their own devices into school, and since they're already bringing their own cell phones, I just wanted to create an opportunity and a professional development opportunity for teachers to learn how they can integrate that type of technology into their instruction. The course outcomes are also listed below, and these are the same course outcomes that I asked teachers on the post-assessment on whether or not they met these. The content technology standards. For this unit, I was working with my same subject team in pre-calculus, and those were the participants for this course. So the content standards I chose relate back to logarithmic functions and exponential functions in pre-calculus from the Common Core standards, and then the technology standard are listed for this specific professional development opportunity. I have some links in this first module, and the first link is that I want the participants to sign up for a Pull Everywhere account. So if they just click on that link, it takes them directly there, and I tell them in the upper right hand corner, it's very straightforward. They can just sign up by pressing that blue box and sign up with a username and password, and their username is just an email address. The next link is just to provide some background information about Pull Everywhere, just some frequently asked questions for them to get some help, to find answers, to know what this online tool is about. So I also included that for them to get an idea of what this tool really is. In this Start Here module, I also included a course map. I created this on SpiderScribe, and it just provides a nice visual aid for the participants in this plan to understand what is going to be in each module and what they should be accomplishing, just so they have an idea and kind of, with the end in mind of where we're going to end up from this professional development. Going back to the content, in Module 1, it's just an introduction to Pull Everywhere, and they're going to make their first pulls. And I'm also going to talk about what latex markup language is, and that really pertains to math teachers who want to be able to write pulls that incorporate subscripts, superscripts, and mathematical notation within their polling questions. In Module 1, the first thing I have is just a tutorial video that is from YouTube. It's 5 minutes. It just gives, again, some background information about creating their first polls, how they can get results. It's just a nice overview video that's not very long, but also is packed with a lot of information. And then I go into latex. The reason I had to talk about latex, and it is a markup language, is to allow the teachers to type mathematical equations or expressions in the polls. So latex is a language that builds this mathematical notation, which is really helpful for teachers, because that was something that when I was making polls and first introduced to this program, or introduced this tool, that I was struggling with was that I couldn't actually write subscripts or superscripts. And I did also find from Pull Everywhere on their blog that they provided a latex builder link, and I'm also telling participants to bookmark this into their internet browser just so that they can copy and paste, because I don't know latex language by heart, so it's nice to know that I have a bookmark that I can just build those equations in. There is a video provided by the blog of Pull Everywhere that finally announces by popular demand that their polls now support the math equations and the sub and superscripts, which a lot of math and science teachers really wanted, so that they could actually use the proper notation in their polls. And that also kind of provides a tutorial video as well. It's very quick, 3 minutes. I talk about what latex language is. It's not something that is something that participants have to study or anything, but just gives them background information about what latex is and how it's used. And then this is the tool that I want them to bookmark. And this allows teachers to type equations in, or functions. So just typing in a function, they can also type in their subscripts, like if I wanted to write something to a power of x. And down here, you can see that it's converted into latex markup. And what I do is just copy and paste these into my polls. And this also is nice because it gives you a preview, and that's exactly how it's going to look as one of the options in a poll. The other thing is that I finally then, after getting background information about making a poll and the latex builder, I make a poll specifically using the latex markup language, and I use this, I made this video with QuickTime and then uploaded it to YouTube. So that is the first module. Going back to the content, Module 2 is about implementing the polls during instruction and getting results, and then using those results to inform instruction and to also create some in-class discussions. In Module 2, I provide a reading about how cell phones, using cell phones as a classroom tool is a great resource, especially just because you don't have to use or buy clickers anymore. Students are already bringing their, smartphones to the classroom so they can participate in polling and getting some formative feedback immediately just by getting those immediate results. The next thing on the tab is a YouTube video that I made with Screencast-O-Matic. Once your polls are created on the Poll Everywhere site, you're going to want to be able to implement them into classroom instruction. So that video talks about how they can be implemented, how they can be used in the classroom, how they can be sent, the questions can be sent to students' smartphones if they want to get on Safari or an internet browser, or it also talks about how students can just text their answers. So that also talks about how to view the results. The reason the results are important because that leads to teachers being able to use the results to give feedback or to start discussions, and really give teachers the ability to influence their future instruction. And they're also great for warm-ups and exit tickets and just making sure that students are understanding recently taught content. With the implementation, the ways that Pull Everywheres can be used, like I said, exit tickets, icebreakers, warm-ups. We were just having a pizza party one day, and I put up, where do you want to order pizza from? And I put up two options, and the students were able to voice their vote just by answering to a poll. I made this original image just using a program on my iPad called Explain Everything. And I just want to show teachers that they can push their polls to a live internet browser, and that way students can respond on their phone just by clicking one of the options. So their smartphone really becomes a live clicker if teachers choose that they want to push this poll out. And this is what I use on my smartboard, and it makes it more interactive and getting the results live, and students are able to refresh their internet pages on their smartphones. The last thing on here is the post assessment. That'll automatically open up. It's another Google form, and with the post assessment, I just had them rate the overall quality of the PD, any technical issues that they had with smartphones, smartboard, or just the Pull Everywhere site, or with the latex language, any issues with the implementing, and just their overall experience. And one thing that was nice is that all my participants, I had them check which of the course objectives they met, and all my participants said that they did meet all of the course objectives that I wanted them to meet from this professional development experience. Another teacher also made a comment that this is really nice with the Ohio teacher evaluation system in place, that the third standard is assessment, and she's been using Pull Everywheres to influence instruction and get that feedback and use it as a formative assessment tool. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation video and that you learned a little bit about Pull Everywhere. Thank you.